Flying felt like a dream to Olivia. The wind rushed past her face as she and Solari moved through the night sky. Below them, the alien landscape looked strange and beautiful. The trees glowed softly in the dark. "How are we doing this?" Olivia asked. Her voice was almost lost in the wind. "The Vedrari royal family always had some powers," Solari explained, "but never this strong. Your blood has made them stronger." They flew toward the city in the distance. Its tall towers reached up like silver fingers. Lights blinked on and off throughout the buildings. "We can't just fly in the front door," Olivia said. "They'll shoot us down." Solari nodded. "There's a way in through the lower levels. Service tunnels for workers, not many guards there." They landed on a hill overlooking the city. From here they could see small ships coming and going from the towers. "First, we need to look like we belong," Solari said. She took off her damaged royal armor, leaving only a simple blue bodysuit underneath. Then she tore a piece from her cape and gave it to Olivia. "Wrap this around your face. Cover your human skin. In the dark, you might pass for a Vedrari worker." Olivia did as she was told. The alien cloth felt cool against her skin. "What's the plan once we're inside?" she asked. "The communication center is in the main tower. We need to send a message to both our worlds, show them the truth." "And then, what?" Solari looked serious. "Then we hope they listen." They made their way down the hill and approached the city from the back. There was a small door in the wall where workers were going in and out. Solari kept her head down, hiding her crystal mark. "Follow me," she whispered. "Don't speak. Your accent would give you away." They walked through the door. A guard looked at them but didn't stop them. Inside was a long hallway with pipes running along the ceiling. Other workers moved quickly, not paying attention to them. "So far so good," Olivia thought to Solari. Solari's voice came back in her head. "The blood bond lets us talk this way. Useful." They walked for what seemed like a long time. The service tunnels were like a maze. Finally, they came to an elevator. "This goes up to the main levels," Solari explained in Olivia's mind. "But we need a key card." A worker came toward the elevator. Solari stepped forward and touched his arm. The crystal in her head glowed faintly. The worker's eyes went blank. "You will help us," Solari said out loud. The worker nodded slowly. He took out his key card and gave it to them. Then he turned and walked away. "What did you do to him?" Olivia asked in her mind. "A small mind trick. He'll be fine in an hour. He'll think he lost his card." They used the key card to call the elevator. When it came, they stepped inside. "The communication center is on level 40, Solari said, "but my uncle's private rooms are on level 45. He has a special device there. It can send a message that no one can block." "Which one are we going to?" Olivia asked. "Level 45, Solari decided. "We'll only get one chance at this." The elevator went up fast. Olivia's ears popped. When the doors opened, they stepped out into a beautiful hallway. The walls were made of some kind of shiny metal that changed colors. The floor was smooth white stone. "The royal level," Solari whispered. "Stay close to me." They walked quickly down the hall. Solari seemed to know where she was going. They turned a corner and saw two guards outside a large door. "My uncle's rooms," Solari said in Olivia's mind. "We need to get past them." Olivia looked around. There was nothing to use as a weapon except her almost dead gun. "Can you do that mind trick again?" she asked. "Not on royal guards. They're trained against it." The guards hadn't seen them yet. They were looking the other way. "I have an idea," Olivia said. She focused her mind like she had in the cave. Suddenly, she could feel every part of her body, even her blood. She imagined it moving faster, making her stronger and quicker. "Stay here," she told Solari. Before Solari could stop her, Olivia ran forward. She moved faster than she ever had before. The guards turned, but too late. Olivia hit the first one in the head, knocking him out. The second guard reached for his weapon, but Olivia was already there. She grabbed his arm and twisted it. He fell to the ground. "That was amazing," Solari said, coming up behind her. "You're Speed is not normal. I know, Olivia said, surprised at herself. It must be the blood bond. They took the guard's key cards and opened the door. Inside was a large room filled with strange and beautiful things. Art from different worlds hung on the walls. In the center was a desk made of what looked like solid gold. There, Solari pointed to a device on the desk. It was a small pyramid made of the same crystal as the one in her head. The royal sender, she explained. It can send messages through special ways that can't be blocked. Solari picked up the pyramid and held it in both hands. The crystal in her head started to glow, and the pyramid glowed in response. Now we record our message, she said. It will show everything we say and do. Olivia stood next to Solari. What do we say? The truth. Solari activated the device. People of Vedrari and Earth. I am Princess Commander Solari Zanvey. With me is Human Sergeant Olivia Reeves. What we are about to tell you will change everything you know about our war. Solari explained about the Cedars, the shared ancestry, and the Emperor's lies. She showed them the blood bond and what it could do. Olivia demonstrated her new speed and senses. This war is based on fear and lies, Olivia said into the device. We don't need to fight. We can help each other. The blood bond proves we're more alike than different. Just as they finished recording, the door burst open. The Emperor himself stood there with 4 blood hunters. He was tall with 6 eyes instead of 4. His skin was dark blue and he wore a crown of crystals. Niece, he said in a cold voice. What have you done? Solari held up the pyramid. Told the truth, Uncle. It's already sent. Everyone knows now. The Emperor's face showed rage. The blood bond is forbidden for a reason. It gives too much power to those who aren't worthy. You mean those who might challenge you, Solari said. The Emperor pulled out a glowing sword, the Sundering Blade. That human blood has poisoned your mind. I will cut the bond and then decide what to do with you. Olivia stepped forward. You'll have to go through me first, the Emperor laughed. Gladly, human. He waved his hand, and the blood hunters moved forward. Olivia felt her new speed kick in. She dodged the first hunter and pushed him into the wall. Solari created a shield of blue energy to block the others. We need to get out of here, Olivia said in her mind to Solari. The window, Solari replied. Trust me. They backed up toward the large window that looked out over the city. The blood hunters approached carefully. Now, Solari shouted. Together, they turned and jumped through the window. Glass shattered around them as they fell through the air. Olivia felt Solari grab her hand. The familiar feeling of lightness came over her, and they started to fly again. They'll follow us, Solari said as they flew away from the tower. Where do we go now? Olivia asked. To my ship. I have a small one hidden outside the city. We need to get off this planet. They flew fast away from the city. Behind them, alarm sounds rang out. Small fighter ships took off from the towers. They're coming after us, Olivia said. We're faster, Solari replied. The blood bond makes us stronger than their ships. They reached a small clearing in the forest. There, hidden under branches and leaves, was a sleek silver ship. It was small but looked fast. Solari put her hand on the side, and a door opened. They climbed inside. Can you fly this thing? Olivia asked. Yes, but not where we need to go, Solari said. Not alone. Where do we need to go? The neutral space station orbiting the second planet. It's the only place where both our people might listen to us in person. But the path there is dangerous. My uncle's fleet blocks the way. Solari sat in the pilot's seat and started the engines. The ship hummed to life. Put your hand here, she said, pointing to a crystal panel. Olivia did so. As soon as she touched it, the crystal glowed. She could feel the ship responding to her thoughts. Together, Solari said. The ship responds to Vedrari royal blood. With your blood mixed with mine, we can make it do things no one has seen before. The ship rose from the ground, moving much faster than it should have been able to. They shot up into the purple sky toward the stars. They're following, Olivia said, seeing dots of light rising from the city. Let them try to catch us, Solari replied with a smile. The ship's engines glowed with the same blue light as Solari's crystal. They accelerated, leaving the planet behind. Ahead of them was space, and somewhere out there, a chance for peace. Olivia and Solari ran through the alien forest. The trees had purple leaves and made strange sounds when the wind blew. Night was coming. They had been moving for hours, trying to get away from the crash site. "We need to rest," Olivia said. Her legs hurt, and her head felt strange from the blood bond. Solari nodded. "There is a cave system ahead. We can hide there." Since the blood transfer, Olivia could somehow understand what Solari was thinking. Not all of it, but feelings, and some pictures. Right now she could tell Solari was worried. "Your uncle," Olivia said, "the Emperor. Why did he lie about humans?" They reached the cave entrance. It was hidden behind some hanging plants. Inside it was dark but dry. "Let me show you," Solari said. She touched the crystal in her forehead. It glowed with a soft blue light. Then, she put her hand on Olivia's head. Suddenly, Olivia could see things that weren't there. She saw a huge library with strange books. She saw Solari as a young girl, finding a secret room behind a wall. "These are your memories," Olivia whispered. "Yes," Solari said. "When I was young, I found the forbidden texts. Books from the ancient times. They told a different story about our past." In the memory, young Solari read a book with old writing. The pages showed pictures of Veydrari and humans together on a ship that traveled between stars. "Our people were not always separate," Solari explained. "Long ago, beings called the Cedars took creatures from one world and spread them across many planets. Humans and Veydrari come from the same source." "Like cousins?" Olivia asked. "Yes, but the Cedars did more than just move us. They changed our blood, put special things in it. Keys, you might call them." The memory changed. Now, Olivia saw Solari's uncle, the Emperor. He looked angry. "What my uncle discovered," Solari continued, "is that human blood has kept these keys active. Our blood lost them over time. That is why he wants Earth and all humans dead, to take the keys from your blood." "What do these keys do?" Olivia asked. Solari pointed to her glowing crystal. "They unlock powers. The crystal helps focus them. Today I could only use it to communicate and store memories, but now—" Solari raised her hand. A small ball of blue light appeared above her palm. It floated up and lit the whole cave. "I couldn't do this before your blood," she said. Olivia stared at the light. "And what about me? What has your blood done to me?" "You tell me," Solari said. "What's different?" Olivia thought about it. "I can see better, new colors, and I feel stronger." "Try to focus," Solari suggested. "Like you're aiming a weapon, but aim your mind." Olivia closed her eyes. She tried to focus like Solari said. Suddenly, she could feel everything around her. The air in the cave, the small animals hiding in the corners, Solari's heartbeats. "I can feel everything," Olivia said with surprise. "The blood bond has activated abilities in both of us," Solari said. "This is why my people are forbidden to mix blood with others. The old laws say it's dangerous." Olivia opened her eyes. "Is it dangerous?" "I don't know," Solari admitted. "The texts didn't say, but my uncle fears it. There is a prophecy that says a warrior from the stars will share blood with the royal line. This will wake up the ancient power and end the Emperor's rule." "And he thinks I'm this warrior?" Olivia asked. "You gave me your blood willingly to save my life. No human has ever done that with my kind before." A noise outside made them both freeze. Voices came from the forest. "Soldiers! They're tracking us," Solari whispered. Olivia peeked out of the cave. She saw shadows moving between the trees. They had strange, glowing eyes. "Those aren't regular soldiers," Solari said. "They're blood hunters, special warriors made to track and kill anyone with the blood bond. They can smell it." "How do you know that?" Olivia asked. "I can see it in your blood memories. Your people have legends of vampires. These are similar." One of the blood hunters stopped and looked toward the cave. It had 6 eyes instead of 4, and its skin was dark blue, almost black. "It senses us," Solari said. "We need to run." They went deeper into the cave. It was a long tunnel that went down into the ground. The light from Solari's crystal helped them see. "Where does this lead?" Olivia asked. "I don't know, but away from them is good enough for now." They ran for what seemed like hours through the dark tunnels. Sometimes they heard noises behind them. The hunters were following. Finally, they came to a big cave room. It was full of strange crystals that looked like the one in Solari's head. The crystals glowed with many colors. "What is this place?" Olivia asked. "A cedar site," Solari said with awe in her voice. "I've only seen pictures in the forbidden texts. This is where they did their work." Solari walked to the center of the room. There was a circle of metal on the floor with strange writing on it. "Can you read that?" Olivia asked. "No, no one can. It's the cedar language." Celery knelt down and touched the metal circle. It started to glow. Suddenly a beam of light shot up from the circle. It formed a picture in the air, a map of stars. "It's a star map," Olivia said. "Yes, but not just any stars. These are all the worlds where the cedars put our people." Olivia looked at the map. She could see Earth and the Vedrari homeworld. But there were many other points of light too. "There are more of us out there?" she asked. "So it seems," Solari said. "All different, but all from the same source." A loud noise came from the tunnel they had used. The blood hunters had found them. "We need to leave," Olivia said. "Is there another way out?" Solari looked around the cave. "There," she pointed to another tunnel on the far side. They ran to it, but before they could enter, 3 blood hunters appeared at the main tunnel entrance. "Stop," one of them shouted. "By order of the Emperor." Olivia pulled out her gun, but it was almost out of power. "Behind me," Solari said. She stepped in front of Olivia and raised her hands. The crystal in her head glowed brightly. A wall of blue energy formed in front of them. The blood hunters fired their weapons, but the energy wall blocked the shots. "I can't hold this for long," Solari said. Her voice sounded strained. "The power is too new to me." One of the blood hunters took out a special weapon. It looked different from the others. "The Sundering Blade," Solari gasped. "It can cut the blood bond. If they use it on us, we'll both die." Olivia put her hand on Solari's shoulder. As soon as they touched, the energy wall grew stronger. Olivia could feel her strength flowing into Solari. "Together," Olivia said. "We're stronger together." With a shout, Solari pushed the energy wall forward. It slammed into the blood hunters, throwing them back against the cave wall. "Now!" Solari grabbed Olivia's hand, and they ran into the other tunnel. This one went up instead of down. They could see light ahead. "The surface," Olivia said. They came out on the side of a mountain. The purple sky was turning dark as night fell. In the distance, they could see a city with tall towers. "My people's main base on this planet," Solari said, "and somewhere to send a message." "A message to who?" Olivia asked. "To everyone. Both our peoples need to know the truth. The war is based on lies." Olivia looked at the city. It seemed impossible to reach it without being caught. "How do we get there?" she asked. Solari smiled. "With our new powers." She held out her hand. "Do you trust me now, Olivia Reeves?" Olivia thought about everything that had happened. The blood bond let her feel Solari's true feelings. The princess really did want peace. "Yes," Olivia said, taking Solari's hand. "I trust you." "Good," Solari said, "because what happens next is truly unbelievable." The crystal in Solari's head glowed brighter than ever. Olivia felt a strange feeling, like her body was becoming lighter. They began to float off the ground. "What's happening?" Olivia asked, amazed. "The blood bond," Solari said. "It's giving us the power of the cedars, the power to change everything." Together, they rose into the air, flying toward the alien city and a chance to end the war. Space opened up before them like a black ocean filled with stars. Olivia had been in space before, but never like this. The small ship moved faster than any human vessel she had ever been on. "How fast are we going?" she asked Solari. "Faster than this ship should be able to go," Solari replied. "The blood bond is enhancing the engines somehow. On the control panel, a red light started to blink. A screen showed several larger ships behind them. My uncle's fleet, Solari said. He's sent his best ships after us. Can they catch us? Normally, yes, but not today. Solari put both hands on the crystal control panel. Her forehead crystal glowed brightly. The ship jumped forward with even more speed. There it is, Solari said after a while. She pointed to a large space station ahead. It looked like a metal wheel spinning slowly in space. The neutral station. Both our people agreed it would be a place for possible peace talks, not that any ever happened. Will they let us dock? Olivia asked. They have to. It's neutral space, but we need to hurry before my uncle's ships get here. Solari sent a message to the station. A voice answered in a language Olivia didn't know, but thanks to the blood bond she understood anyway. Princess Solari, the voice said with surprise. We received your broadcast. The station is in chaos. Both human and Vedrari representatives are demanding answers. Good, Solari said. Request emergency docking. We need to speak to everyone in person. Granted, the voice said. Bay 12 is open for you. Solari guided the ship toward the station. As they got closer, Olivia could see it was much bigger than she first thought. There were lights all over it, and ships of different shapes and sizes were docked at various points. What exactly is this place? Olivia asked. It was built by a third species called the Morvani. They don't take sides in our war. They provide a place where different species can meet safely. The ship entered a large opening in the side of the station. Inside was a huge space with many other ships. Solari landed their ship carefully. Ready? She asked Olivia. As I'll ever be, Olivia replied. She was nervous. No human had ever been in this situation before. They left the ship and were met by two tall beings with gray skin and large black eyes. The Morvani. Princess Solari, one of them said. Sergeant Reeves. Please, follow us. The council is waiting. They were led through the station. Olivia saw members of different species watching them. Some looked almost human, others were very different. All seemed curious about the human Vedrari pair. Finally, they entered a large round room. In the center was a circular table. Around it sat representatives from Earth and the Vedrari Empire. They all looked up as Olivia and Solari entered. The blood-bonded ones, someone whispered. A human man stood up. He wore the uniform of an Earth admiral. Sergeant Reeves, he said, is what the princess claimed in her broadcast true? Are you bonded with Vedrari blood? Olivia stepped forward. Yes, sir, it is true. I gave my blood to save the princess. In return, we discovered the truth about our peoples. A Vedrari official slammed his fist on the table. This is against our most sacred laws. The blood must never mix. Because the Emperor fears what would happen, Solari said. He fears the power the blood bond gives. Show them, Olivia said quietly to Solari. Solari nodded. She raised her hand, and a ball of blue energy formed above it. At the same time, Olivia focused her mind and moved with her enhanced speed, running around the entire table in less than a second. The room fell silent. This is what the blood bond can do, Solari said. And there's more. We can share thoughts, memories, and feelings. We can fly without ships. We can heal faster than normal. Why has this been kept secret? The Earth Admiral asked. Because my uncle, the Emperor, wants to keep the power for himself, Solari explained. He learned from the ancient texts that human blood could enhance Vedrari abilities. That's why he started the war. Not to conquer, but to study human blood and take its power for the royal family only. Before anyone could respond, an alarm sounded. A Morvani rushed into the room. The Emperor's flagship has arrived, he announced. They are demanding we turn over the princess and the human. The Earth Admiral stood up. This station is neutral territory. They can't make demands here. Tell that to the Emperor, the Morvani replied. He has threatened to destroy the station if we don't comply. Olivia and Solari looked at each other. Through their bond, they shared the same thought. This was their fault. We need to face him, Solari said. End this once and for all. How? Olivia asked. Even with our new abilities, we can't fight an entire fleet. We don't need to fight the fleet, just the Emperor. If I challenge him directly by our laws, he must accept or lose his honor and his throne. The room erupted in arguments. The Vedrari officials said it was impossible. The humans didn't understand what was happening. Enough, Silari shouted. The crystal in her head glowed so bright that everyone had to shield their eyes. I am still Princess Commander Silari Zanve. I invoke the right of royal challenge. The Vedrari officials fell silent. One of them, an older female, spoke quietly. It has not been done in 10 generations, but it is your right. What does this mean? The Earth Admiral asked. It means I challenge my uncle to single combat, Silari explained. Winner takes the throne, it's our oldest law. And if you lose? Olivia asked. Then he can do what he wants with both of us, Silari said. But I won't lose, not with the blood bond. The Morvani set up a communication link with the Emperor's ship. The Emperor's face appeared on a large screen. His 6 eyes narrowed when he saw Silari and Olivia. Niece, he said coldly, you have caused enough trouble. Surrender now. I invoke the right of royal challenge, Silari said formally. By the laws of our ancestors, you must accept or forfeit the crown. The Emperor's face showed surprise, then anger. You dare? Very well, I accept. The challenge will take place on the station's arena level. 1 hour. The screen went dark. Are you sure about this? Olivia asked Silari. It's our only chance. If I win, I become Empress. I can end the war immediately. And if you lose? Silari didn't answer. She didn't need to. Through the blood bond, Olivia could feel her fear. The station had a large open area used for ceremonies and meetings. It was quickly cleared for the challenge. Vedrari and humans gathered around to watch. In the center, a circle was marked on the floor. Silari prepared herself. She wore simple fighting clothes, not armor. The rules of the challenge didn't allow weapons, only natural abilities. He'll try to use the Sundering Blade, she told Olivia. It's not a regular weapon, so he thinks the rules allow it. What does it do exactly? Olivia asked. It was made long ago to cut blood bonds if they ever happened. It separates the mixed blood, which kills both people, Olivia finished. She could feel it through their bond. Yes, but he doesn't know how strong our bond has become. We may have a chance. The Emperor arrived with his guards. He wore ceremonial clothes and carried the glowing Sundering Blade. That's a weapon, the Earth Admiral protested. The rules say no weapons. This is not a weapon, the Emperor said. It is a tool of purification. The rules allow it. The Vedrari officials looked uncomfortable but didn't object. The challenge was set. Silari stepped into the circle. The Emperor did the same. They faced each other. Last chance, niece, the Emperor said quietly. Surrender, and I may let the human live. You're afraid, Silari replied. You know the prophecy is coming true. The Emperor's face hardened. Then let us end this. He lunged forward with the blade. Silari moved faster than should have been possible, dodging to the side. She countered, with a blast of blue energy from her hands. It hit the Emperor and pushed him back. The human blood makes you strong, he admitted. But I have had centuries to master my powers. He raised his free hand, and a wave of force knocked Silari off her feet. She fell hard but got up quickly. Through the blood bond, Olivia could feel Silari's pain. Without thinking, she stepped forward. Stay back, someone said, grabbing her arm. You can't interfere. But Olivia wasn't trying to enter the circle. She was focusing her mind, sending her strength to Silari through their bond. I'm with you, she thought. Take my strength. Silari's crystal glowed brighter. She moved with new energy, attacking the Emperor with speed and power he didn't expect. Her hands glowed with blue fire as she struck him again and again. The Emperor stumbled back. For the first time, he looked worried. He raised the Sundering Blade. Enough games, he growled. The blade glowed white-hot. He swung it at Silari. She tried to dodge, but he anticipated her move. The blade cut her arm. Silari screamed. Olivia felt burning pain through the bond. She fell to her knees, feeling the same pain in her own arm. "Yes," the Emperor said with satisfaction. "Feel it, both of you. The bond is your weakness." Solari's arm where the blade had cut was turning gray. The same gray appeared on Olivia's arm. "He's right," Solari thought to Olivia. "The blade is breaking our bond." "Then we need to make the bond stronger," Olivia thought back. Moving quickly, despite the pain, Olivia took out her combat knife. She cut her palm and held up her bleeding hand. "Solari!" she called out. "Remember what started this, my blood to yours." Understanding flashed through their bond. Solari made a quick cut on her own palm with her nails. As the Emperor came in for another attack, she ducked under his swing and ran to the edge of the circle where Olivia stood. The war had been going on for 6 months. Olivia Reeves looked at the dead bodies around her. She was tired. Her black and green uniform was torn and dirty. Blood dripped from a cut on her face. She was the only human soldier left after the surprise attack. Olivia walked through the destroyed human base. The buildings were now just broken pieces. Smoke filled the air. The purple sky of Proxima Centauri b made everything look strange. Her boots crunched on broken glass and metal as she checked. Her gun. Only half a charge left. "Anyone alive?" she called into her radio. No one answered. She was alone on this alien planet, 24 light years from Earth. The aliens had attacked without warning. They called themselves the Vedrari. They looked almost like humans, but had blue skin and 4 eyes. They wanted the planets that humans had started to live on. No one knew why they hated humans so much. Olivia heard a noise. It was small, like someone trying not to make a sound. She turned quickly, her gun ready. The noise came from behind a crashed alien ship. The ship was small and silver with strange blue lights still blinking on its side. Moving slowly, Olivia went closer to the ship. Her heart beat fast. She stepped over pieces of metal. Then she saw the alien. It was a female Vedrari. She was trapped, under part of the ship. Blue blood, not red like humans, made a pool under her. She wore armor that was more fancy than the other aliens Olivia had seen. And there was something else, a crystal partly pushed into her forehead. Olivia had never seen that before. The alien's 4 eyes opened. They changed colors like a rainbow in oil. She looked at Olivia and said something in her language. Then a small device on her neck made a sound and started to translate. "Kill me, human. Take your victory." Olivia pointed her gun at the alien. This should be easy. The aliens had killed thousands of humans. They had destroyed 3 colonies in what people now called the Midnight Massacre. This alien was the enemy. But Olivia didn't pull the trigger. She looked at her wrist computer. It showed that this wasn't just any alien. The markings on her armor and the crystal in her head showed she was Solari Zanvei, the Princess Commander. She was the one who had planned all the big attacks against humans. "You're dying anyway," Olivia said. "You're losing too much blood." The alien princess tried to reach for a weapon, but she was too weak. "Then let me die with honor," she said. Olivia put her gun down. "I'm a combat medic. I can help you." The alien looked confused. "Why would you save me? I ordered the attack on your colony." "Because I'm not like you," Olivia said. She took out her medical kit. "I don't kill when I don't have to." She scanned the alien with her medical device. The results surprised her. The Vedrari had different blood color and 4 eyes, but their basic biology was more similar to humans than anyone had thought. "I think I can help you," Olivia said. "But first I need to get this metal off you." Using all her strength, Olivia pushed the ship piece off the alien princess. More blue blood flowed out. The princess made a sound of pain but didn't scream. "You need blood," Olivia said. "Your people must have something like blood types, right?" The princess nodded weakly. "Yes, but your blood would poison me." Olivia checked her scanner again. "Maybe not. Look at this." She showed the screen to the princess. "Our blood has similarities. My blood type is O negative. On Earth, they call that a universal donor." "It is forbidden," the princess whispered. Our blood must never mix with other species. You'll die if I don't try, Olivia said. She started to prepare her medical kit. It had special nanites, tiny robots that could change her blood to work with the alien's body. The princess was too weak to fight back. Olivia put a needle in her own arm and then connected a tube to the princess. The nanites went to work, changing Olivia's blood just enough to save the alien without hurting her. As the red blood flowed through the clear tube, Olivia noticed it changed color, becoming purple before it entered the alien's arm. The princess gasped. "What's happening?" Olivia asked. "The joining," the princess said. Her voice sounded stronger already. "This is why it's forbidden." The crystal in the princess's head started to glow. Olivia felt strange, like something was touching her mind. She tried to pull the tube out, but her hand wouldn't move. "What have you done to me?" Olivia asked. "What have you done to us both?" The princess answered. "Our blood was never meant to mix." Olivia's head filled with pictures she had never seen before. Alien cities with tall towers, strange ships flying through space, a planet with 3 moons. They weren't her memories. "I can see your world," Olivia whispered. "And I can see yours," the princess said. "Earth, oceans, mountains, things I've only seen in target files." The glow from the crystal grew brighter. Olivia felt something change inside her. Her vision blurred, then cleared. But it was different now. She could see colors she never knew existed. "The blood bond," the princess said. "It's an ancient thing, from before our people were separated." "Separated?" Olivia asked. "What do you mean?" The princess sat up, her wounds already healing faster than they should. "We were told humans were a primitive species to be conquered, but the blood doesn't lie. We share ancestors from long ago." "That's impossible," Olivia said. A loud noise in the distance caught their attention. Ships were coming. The princess looked afraid. "They cannot find us together," she said urgently. "If they learn our blood has mixed, they will kill us both. My uncle, the emperor, has lied about humans. There is a reason he wants Earth so badly." "What reason?" Olivia asked. "Human blood carries something ours has lost. Something powerful." The princess stood up, her strength returning. "We must go, now, before they find us." "Go where?" Olivia asked. "Somewhere I can show you the truth," the princess said. "The truth that will end this war." Olivia didn't know if she could trust this alien. But the blood bond had changed something. She could feel the princess's emotions now, could sense she was telling the truth. "Okay," Olivia said, picking up her gun. "But if this is a trick, I'll finish what I started." The princess nodded. "Fair enough, human." "Olivia," she corrected. "My name is Olivia Reeves." "Solari," the princess replied. "And you have just changed the fate of 2 species, Olivia Reeves." Together, they moved away from the crash site, as the sounds of ships grew louder behind them. 3 months had passed since the challenge. Olivia stood on a balcony overlooking the capital city of the Vedrari homeworld. The 3 moons hung in the purple sky, casting multiple shadows across the silver towers. It was beautiful, but still, strange to her earth-born eyes. "Enjoying the view?" Solari asked, joining her on the balcony. As Empress, Solari now wore the traditional crown of crystals, but she had changed it. Some of the blue Vedrari crystals had been replaced with red earth rubies. It was a symbol of the new alliance. "Just thinking about how much has changed," Olivia replied. And it had changed. The war was over. Ships that once carried weapons now carried diplomats, scientists, and traders between the worlds. The blood bond story had spread everywhere. "The Earth delegation arrives tomorrow," Solari said. "The official peace treaty signing." "Are you nervous?" Olivia asked, though she already knew the answer through their bond. "A little," Solari admitted. "Some of my people still resist change. They think mixing with humans will weaken us." "And some humans think the same about mixing with aliens," Olivia said. "Change is hard." They stood in comfortable silence for a while, watching the city lights come on as evening fell. Their blood bond had grown stronger over the months. They could now share thoughts from across great distances. Their abilities had grown too. Have you heard from the research team? Olivia asked. Solari nodded. They've identified 28 humans and 35 Vedrari who can form blood bonds. Not everyone is compatible. After their story had spread, some brave humans and Vedrari had tried to create their own blood bonds. Most had failed. Their blood simply wouldn't mix. But a few had succeeded, gaining abilities similar to what Olivia and Solari shared. What about the side effects? Olivia asked. This was the worrying part. Some of those who had formed blood bonds were experiencing strange dreams, visions of stars and voices speaking in unknown languages. Olivia and Solari had them too. The scientists think it's genetic memory, Solari said. Knowledge from the cedars hidden in our blood awakened by the bond. A servant approached and bowed. Empress, the Morvani ambassador has arrived. Thank you, Solari said. We'll meet him in the throne room. The servant left and Solari turned to Olivia. Ready for more diplomacy? Olivia smiled. As your official Earth ambassador, I don't have much choice. That was her new role. When the war ended, Earth's government had appointed Olivia as their first ambassador to the Vedrari Empire. Who better than someone who shared a blood bond with the Empress? They walked through the palace. Vedrari officials bowed to Solari and nodded respectfully to Olivia. Things had changed here too. Before, a human in the royal palace would have been killed on sight. The throne room was large and full of light from crystal windows. The Morvani ambassador waited for them. He was tall and gray-skinned like all his kind. Empress Solari, he said, bowing. Ambassador Reeves, thank you for seeing me. Ambassador Krell, Solari greeted him. What brings you here before the peace ceremony? The Morvani looked troubled. News from the edge of known space. Our long-range sensors have detected something unusual. Unusual how? Olivia asked. Large objects moving toward both Vedrari and human space. They're unlike any ships we've seen before. Solari and Olivia exchanged looks. Through their bond, they shared the same thought. Could it be the cedars? How long until they arrive? Solari asked. 6 months, maybe less, the Morvani said. We can't be sure of their speed. Are they hostile? Olivia asked. Unknown. They haven't responded to any communication attempts. After the ambassador left, Solari and Olivia returned to the balcony. The news troubled them both. If it is the cedars, Olivia said, why are they coming back now after all this time? Maybe they sensed the blood bonds, Solari suggested. Maybe that's what they were waiting for. That night, their dreams were stronger than ever. They saw huge ships bigger than cities traveling between stars. They heard voices speaking in a language that somehow felt familiar. And they saw figures, neither human nor Vedrari, but something older. They woke at the same moment, both sitting up in their separate rooms. Did you see them? Olivia asked through their bond. Yes, Solari replied, and I understood some of what they said. So did I, Olivia said. They're coming home. The next day, the Earth delegation arrived. The Great Hall was filled with humans and Vedrari, once enemies, now cautious allies. The Earth President and Solari sat at a large table, ready to sign the peace treaty. Olivia stood nearby, watching the historic moment. The treaty would end the war officially and start a new age of cooperation, but her mind was on the approaching ships and the strange dreams. As the President and Solari signed the document, a bright light suddenly filled the room. Everyone looked up. Through the crystal ceiling, they could see something in the sky. A small object glowing with multicolored light descending toward the palace. Guards rushed in, weapons ready. But Solari raised her hand to stop them. No, she said. Let it come. The object passed through the crystal ceiling as if it wasn't there. It floated down to the center of the room, between the humans and Vedrari. It was a sphere, about the size of a basketball, covered in strange symbols that shifted and changed. What is it? The Earth President asked, backing away. Solari stood and approached the sphere. Olivia moved to stand beside her. It's a message, Solari said, from the cedars. The sphere began to glow brighter. Suddenly it projected an image. In the air, a map of the galaxy with several points of light marked. Those are the worlds where the Cedars placed life, Olivia explained to the shocked onlookers. Earth, the Vedrari homeworld, and others. The sphere changed its projection. Now it showed strange ships approaching. They're coming back, Solari said. After 50,000 years, they're returning to see what became of their children. How do you know this? Someone asked. Solari touched the crystal in her forehead. The blood bond. It unlocked knowledge hidden in our DNA. Knowledge the Cedars left for us to find when we were ready. And are we ready? The Earth President asked. They think we might be? Olivia said. The blood bond was a test. They wanted to see if we could overcome our differences and recognize our common origin. The sphere floated closer to Solari and Olivia. As it touched them, they both gasped. Knowledge flooded their minds. Images of other worlds, other species, all created by the Cedars. A vast community of life spread across the galaxy. They want us to join them, Solari said, her voice filled with wonder. Both humans and Vedrari. They're offering to share technology, knowledge, everything. Why now? The Earth President asked. Because of what we did, Olivia explained. A human warrior gave blood to a dying alien princess. An act of compassion between supposed enemies. It showed them we might be ready to take our place among the stars. The sphere rose and projected a new image, a huge ship approaching a planet. They will arrive in 6 months, Solari announced. By then we need to decide if we're going to accept their offer. The hall erupted in questions and concerns. The Earth President looked worried. Some of the Vedrari officials were arguing among themselves. Solari raised her hand for silence. This is bigger than our old war, she said. This is about the future of both our species. What do you recommend, Empress? A Vedrari official asked. Solari looked at Olivia. Through their bond, they shared thoughts without words. Then Solari turned back to the crowd. I recommend we continue what we've started, she said. Working together, learning from each other. The blood bond shows we're stronger together than apart. And what about those who can form these blood bonds? The Earth President asked. Should we encourage more of them? They will be our bridge, Olivia said. Those who share the bond can understand the Cedars better than anyone else. They'll help us prepare. The discussions went on for hours. Plans were made, committees formed. The peace treaty was signed, with a new section about jointly facing the Cedar return. Later, Olivia and Solari stood alone in the royal garden. The strange sphere floated above them, still sending them images and knowledge. Are we doing the right thing? Olivia asked. What if the Cedars aren't as benevolent as they seem? That's why we need to prepare, Solari said. United, our species stand a better chance than divided. Olivia looked up at the stars. Somewhere out there, the Cedars were coming. And beyond them, maybe other species, other worlds, a whole galaxy of life waiting to be discovered. Did you ever imagine this? She asked Solari. When I found you dying on the battlefield, did you ever think it would lead to this? Solari smiled. My people have an old saying. The smallest drop of blood can change the flow of rivers. Olivia thought about that. One moment of compassion, one decision not to kill an enemy, had changed everything. The war was over. 2 species were learning to work together again. And now, contact with their ancient creators was coming. What happens next is still unbelievable, Solari said. But whatever it is, Olivia added, we face it together. Above them, the 3 moons of the Vedrari world shone down. The sphere pulsed with light, sending its message out to others with the blood bond. And in orbit, ships from Earth and the Vedrari fleet prepared for joint missions to the edge of known space, to meet the returning Cedars. The blood bond had started with 1 human and 1 alien.